Stuka Joe here. This is a little technical video, but asking for help from my subscribers. Yes, I got over 4,000 subscribers, and I was thinking, you know, I need to ask about a certain thing about cameras. And having 4,000 plus subscribers, some of you must be experts in this, and maybe you can help me. This is the situation I've had. As you know, I film with the iPhone. Right now, the iPhone 8, and I place it on this slide here. This is an Immortan ball bearing slide, and the slide is also connected to two slides, which are these glide gears, and they work with plastic bearings. So the action is different. This is more friction, which is good because you don't want the slide to keep on sliding when you need a steady shot. But I'm having a problem that you're going to see right now. I'm going to put the camera on the Immortan slider. This is the situation. When I slide the camera to the sides, you see these micro jitters. It's just annoying as hell. And then you have changes in coloring, light sometimes. And I've been checking the internet, and this appears to be a malady that all these iPhone cameras have, at least iPhone 7s and 8s. I just changed my phone to this 8, so I can't change it to a 10. So I won't even go there. So, and notice that the jitters are when I slide it horizontally over this ball bearing slider. Now, I'm going to slide the whole slider, so you get an idea. I'm going to slide it forward and back, so it's going to be on the plastic bearing slider, the action. And it's not as jittery. You see, it's not bad at all. Pretty smooth. And this is 1080 p 30 frames per second. Of course, it would be smoother on 60 frames per second, but 60 frames per second consumes more memory, and I tend to use 60 frames per second for the shorter videos. Now, the thing is, I have been doing some research into cameras. There's DSLRs, and now there's mirrorless cameras, which I like because they're very small. And the good thing I like about mirrorless cameras is that they're going to occupy a small footprint here. And you've seen that I've adjusted my system just to this. This is a barbecue handle that I integrated to control the fluid head here. So I wanted a small footprint. Why? Because I want to also be able to have the camera not in the way of playing the game. I like to enjoy the game myself, and that I used to have this cage which was getting bigger and bigger, so I'm thinking about using this. Now, there's DSLRs, and then there's these mirrorless cameras, and I was looking at the Sony cameras. The 6000, the problem it has, the A6000, is that it doesn't have an input for the microphone, and I need to have good audio quality, so that one's out. Then there's the 6300 and the 6500 cameras. I believe the 6500 has more controls. It has a touch screen, certain difference there. And I'm thinking about buying either a 6300 or a 6500. I'm inclined for a 6500, but I want to know of your advice as to then if you think that's a good idea, and then what lens should I use? My subject is always, the furthest is like 3 feet away. You know, I don't need super zooms. Everything is very close, and you know that I like to sometimes get really close to the subject. So I need your advice as to that, and I would appreciate if you can write to me whatever your thoughts are and your advice to my email address, stukajoe@gmail.com, and I will promptly respond. I really appreciate any advice you can give me. I know some of you are experts at this, you know, and I just want to get the videos to become better. You know, I've worked my ass off to make this slide system work, and I think it works great, but then the camera is, you know, panicking here with these jitters, and maybe it's time to go pro and get a better camera. So the next video I'll be doing, you've seen here the map. This is the map for The Great Game. This is a card-driven game published by Legion War Games. And this is actually the first Legion war game with cards in it. And I was honored when Randy Leon invited me to work on the cards. So I did the cards for the game. Actually, I did the fronts. He did the backs. And, you know, they have this feeling of torn paper, old paper. This is a game that evokes the 19th century. Card-driven games. So I'll be doing a video on the game, most probably a preview video, but I've just been fighting with this camera, and that's why I made this video. And I want to thank Randy also for the opportunity of letting me work on the game, and it gives you a good appreciation of all the work that goes into the game. This is a game designed by John Gorkowski. I mean, it's a lot of work, and that's why, in part, I like to give these games a good treatment. I think they deserve high quality video, you know, getting up close, showing the maps, the counters, everything. And that's why I want to get rid of those jitters, micro jitters. So I would appreciate if you can write to me if you know anything about this, and let me know what you think, because maybe it's about time I change the camera. So this is Stuka Joe signing off for now. Thanks for watching.